It is 8 o'clock. We will call the meeting to order. Benj is attending via phone call. If you can't hear Mike, and hold him up to the mic when he's speaking. He's on speaker so he can hear us. And let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and we'll open with public comment.
Hello, I know we normally talk about this, but I just was wondering, because at the last board meeting, under consent agenda, you approved the, to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that supposed to be done in a separate?
It's okay, but I said that we should do it as a new, its own number from now on, because
Right.
it should be addressed individually.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other public comment? Yeah, I did move it. It was recommended at the supervisors training I went to. I don't know why they would prefer that, but because our clerk who takes the minutes prefers it to be its own item, I moved it back to its own item. All right, so I did print out a couple of motions that you could use to amend the agenda. We had an emergency repair on the Washington Street lift station. And there's also a tentative amended agenda for you, with it being number 8.5. And then we also had, oh, I'm sorry, that would be number 12, CNC invoice for the Washington lift station. There's also one language written for you if you want to make a resolution to accept the power plan grant that's due at midnight tonight. So if we were to be, if we won the grant, they need us to have this resolution as part of the packet.
I make a motion to add these to our agenda. The 8.5 resolution to accept the power plan funds, and also the CNC electric invoice to item 12, and make adjourn number 13.
And approve it?
Huh?
And approve the agenda, or?
Yeah.
I have,
Yeah.
I have a motion I'd like to add. We need to vote on his first.
Okay.
Do we need a second?
Yes.
I second.
Peggy seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed the same? All right.
I'd like to make a motion to add to communications the park and rec plan.
Can we do that after we just approve the agenda?
We approved Corey's addition to the agenda, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't, he didn't include that in his motion, but. Okay.
You have any information for that we can get when you?
No, that's what I'm gonna ask for.
Okay.
In the past, Supervisor Holter just had communications, and if there was one, like from the Zoning Board of Appeals or the PC, it just was, people just talked during communications, so I don't.
Well,
Sure.
If you want it listed, I'm making a motion to add the park and rec
I
to
see.
communications.
we don't have a park and rec plan ready though. Like we did it last meeting, but we
Yeah.
can't approve it without the
Yeah, I
hearing.
just like to communicate about it. I'm not asking for a vote on it in the meeting.
I second that.
Okay, where are we gonna put this?
I guess after the fire department open house.
Yes, that's fine. My motion after the fire department open house. It's not numbered, so.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say the same. Aye. Motion carries. All right, approval of the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same?
Can I just make one quick comment about the treasurer's report? As I'm working on the treasurer's report, sometimes I'll take a phone call or I'll get busy, I have to attend to something. And so I'm not sure where I left off when I'm doing the numbers from the report. So when I put the correct number, I put a little asterisk. And then when I double check my work, I remove the asterisk, make sure those numbers were correct. There's one little asterisk on there that didn't get removed from the festival fund. It says 0.00 and then that little star's on there. So that's why it's there. It has no significance at all to the treasurer's report, and it's corrected on the treasurer report that will be saved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, communications. The fall cleanup is October 13th to the 17th from 8 to 4:30 and October 18th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Because this costs us money, we do need to approve that we're hosting it and those dates are okay. Otherwise, we can cancel it and we'd have to start over. I don't know.
I make a motion to host, to accept the fall cleanup plan that you have here
For the dates provided.
for the days provided.
Okay, and I second that. All in favor say aye.
We better do a roll call because we don't know how much it's gonna cost.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, we'll do a roll call. Corey did the motion, I seconded.
Yes. Peggy?
Yes.
That was a yes?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
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 Benj, are you there?
Let's go.
Lost him again.
I'd just like to make one comment about fall cleanup. It will be at the transfer station on Quarter Line Road. Won't be down here by E&A. In the fall, it's at the transfer station.
All right, next, RFPs for snow removal. It is posted. It's on our website. There's a link in the Chronicle. The deadline is October 1st. And we had a meeting to go over this, a special meeting just to approve putting out the RFP, so that we had enough time before snowfall.
What I saw in here says, inquire within, is that the portion that's going on our door? That's
It'll
not
be a
what went in the
package as
Chronicle.
well.
But
Yeah.
that's not what's listed in
All
the
that went in the
Chronicle.
Chronicle was a link to our website, just, receiving RFPs for snow removal, for up to 50 citizens in Egelston Township. Follow the link.
I have a copy of
Yeah.
the newspaper if you need.
Yeah, well, that was exactly
Well,
this,
we have,
except it
we have
also added
copies of the
inquire
actual
within,
RFP
so-
in here. They can come in and pick one up if they
Okay,
prefer to do
wonderful.
that.
All right, and then the fire department open house is October 7th from 6 to 8. There's a parade beforehand at 5:30. There is a flyer online. Hope we all can go help. If you haven't talked to Chief McGinnity or Justin is heading it up, let them know that you can help. And then Trudy
What am I at?
for the park and rec.
Oh,
ban.
Park and Rec Plan. I just wanted to know, I'm asking, I want this PC to schedule a public hearing for the Park and Rec Plan. That's why the board didn't vote on it. So that we voted to, I don't know if we said table it, but we voted not to vote on it until there was a public hearing. I'm just wondering if the PC is arranging that and pick a date and a time, because we need that registered at the DNR if we're going to apply for grants. And there is a time limit. We still have time, but I just didn't want it to get away several meetings, and so we needed a PC could put that on their agenda.
None of them are here tonight. Our liaison.
Miles was here.
Oh, Miles is here. So, Miles, you think you remember to talk about that at the next meeting? Otherwise, I can send the email to the chair.
Well, it depends on how close they are to finalizing the master plan too, because it'd be nice if it could be paired,
Same time.
because then it wouldn't get forgotten. It would always be addressed when the master plan is addressed, but I don't know where they are with that.
All right, number 5, the grave buyback. The grave buyback is something that we need to do. There's a letter from the resident in here, the sheet from Chris, and language for the motion is, right on number 5.
This is just a procedural thing. We just give them the same money that they paid for the grave back, and we put the graves back up for sale. And Lord knows, they'll go fast enough.
I make a motion, we buy back the grave from Annette Bain and refund her $75.
I second that.
Second.
I didn't know you were still on, I thought he was on.
And I guess we
Who
should,
called the second?
Benj seconded that, and then we'll roll call vote since it's monetary.
Cory?
Yes.
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 Benj?
Yes.
All right, looking for a motion to pay the bills.
I make a motion that we pay the bills.
I second that.
We'll roll call vote.
Trudy?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
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 All right, leaf disposal site. Our current one is in there, and then there's a proposed update from Trudy. Do you want to explain why you want
Yeah,
to change
thank
it?
you. Yep, this is in regard to some clarity with residents. Some still think that when they buy the pass, they can use it for a whole year from that date. But we run it our fiscal year, so passes come out July 1st, and they're good through June 30th. So if you buy one in August or December, or probably not December because it's snow, but you don't get another whole year from then. The permit is valid from July 1st through June 30th of the following year, regardless of the date it was purchased. And we would like to add that to the leaf disposal site agreement that the residents get and sign and keep, and we keep a copy also, just for clarity.
I make a motion to accept the new updated leaf disposal site agreement.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, passes. The next one is a resolution 915-2025 to place unpaid sewer charges on the tax bills. Again, I'll let Trudy explain.
Yes. So currently, any unpaid sewer bills through October 1st roll onto the December winter tax bill. The state statute allows us to do that, to collect that unpaid sewer bills. The problem is certain timing throughout the year, maybe in the beginning quarters when they're not paid. If a house is foreclosed on by the county, we lose that money. We don't have an opportunity to get it. We can't roll it on the December tax bill because the county already foreclosed on it. So if we roll the beginning quarters onto the summer tax bill and then the last 2 quarters onto the winter tax bill, then if it foreclosed, we wouldn't lose that money. So far, we've lost 2 of them that were $360.60, I believe, each.
I make a motion to accept the resolution 9152025.
I'll second that.
Do you want to roll call the count? Okay,
Anytime it's a
okay.
resolution.
All right, roll call vote.
Amanda?
Yes.
Yes.
Trudy?
Yes.
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 Benj?
Yes.
Why do I keep getting these in?
All right, and then the resolution right behind that, 915-2025-2, is to accept the grant funds from the PAR plan for security lights and cameras should be offered to us.
Absolutely. I make a motion to accept resolution 915-2025-2 for security lights that need to be in tonight by midnight.
I second that.
We're motioning to accept the grant funds.
Yes, they now require it done by
You probably should
resolution
put that in your
instead of.
motion.
To accept the grant funds, I update them.
Yeah.
Or amend,
I
sorry.
agree.
Okay, so we have a motion by Corey, second by Benj, and we will roll call vote.
Peggy,
Yes.
Cory,
Yes.
Benj.
Yes.
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 All right, next up is about donation collection for the fire department open house. And Trudy's gonna talk.
Yeah, and I wrote notes, so I didn't forget things that I wanted to say. First of all, I want you to understand on our cash handling policies and procedures, cash doesn't just mean cash. It's any cash equivalent or forms of payment. It could be checks, money orders, cashier's checks, anything that's negotiable. So anyway, municipalities have cash handling policies and procedures to ensure that best practices are followed, to reduce the risk and guide employees in the handling of cash and cash equivalents. These policies incorporate strong internal controls that are designed to safeguard and protect our employees in the township. Our fire department is represented by a fine staff of firefighters, and in addition to their many required duties, they fundraise, plan for, and organize our fall fire prevention open house. If you've recently attended, you know that they've provided food and fun experiences for all who attend. To assist with the cost of this event, entities in our community have generously supported the firefighters through their donation drive. This is a win-win for Egelston Township because it fosters great community relations with our businesses and provides valuable fire safety education for our families, especially their children. I know this worthwhile fire department fundraiser has happened for many, many years, and it's not my intention to hinder it or limit it in any way, nor to discourage donations. However, it's my responsibility as a treasurer to periodically review and audit our cash handling procedures. In your packet is a page that I took out of there. The entire policy is 5 pages. Intend to bring more of it at our next meeting, October 20th actually. So, our cash handling policy, specifically the off-site collection point policy states, this is the next to the last sentence on the page that's in the packet, toward the bottom there. It states, the treasurer, deputy treasurer, or the treasurer's designee who will be bonded will be on site at all cash collection sites during event times. Firefighters are not bonded. The fire chief is bonded. People in the office are bonded, but other workers like DPW, park caretaker, housekeeping are not. So we do have a specific festival cash handling policy, and I'm working to develop a firefighter fundraiser cash handling policy as well. Like I said, I'll bring in future meeting in October. So the email that's also in the packet is a follow-up from a conversation I had with Chris Arnshorts, our BHS insurance agent, and it summarizes some of the policies that he and I have discussed. I also met with Chief McGinnity and Deputy Chief Blackspaw to obtain their input, and finally I'll be speaking with our auditors the week of October 6th before I bring possibly a new firefighter cash handling policy. Neither Chris nor I have a real issue with the firefighters are not bonded if they don't collect cash, and we've talked about using a stamped self-addressed envelope that they could give to a business and they could mail the checks to the township. So I'd like to make a motion to delete that last sentence, next to the last sentence of the off-site collection point policy under 4.3C of the cash handling policy, and replace it with the treasurer, the deputy treasurer, or the treasurer's designee who will be bonded with the exception of the Fall Fire Department PR fundraiser, will be on site at all cash collection sites during event times.
You have that written for me?
Yep, I do.
What does it take to be bonded?
I'll just call the insurance company and list them.
Does it cost a bunch of
Oh,
money?
I don't know, we have to find out.
Okay. I think.
Can you read that motion again?
A motion to delete the last sentence of the off-site collection points policy under 4.3C of the cash handling policy and replace it with the treasurer, the deputy treasurer, or the treasurer's designee who will be bonded, with the exception of the Fall Fire Department Public Relations fundraiser, will be on site at all cash collection sites during the event times.
Okay, so this is just carving out the firefighter foundation?
It's accepting it for now until she brings a proposed policy to us.
Okay. Thank you.
That's correct, right?
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for a second if I can discuss it more. The risk is relatively low. It is recommended from Chris that we do remove this. If we don't follow our policy, then there's a potential if there was a loss that the insurance company may not cover it. At the festival, I didn't want to just say you don't have to be bonded, because at the festival, there's larger sums of money that could be cash, lots of cash back and forth at the beer tent and things like that. Otherwise, someone who's bonded would have to go with the firefighters out there when they're collecting. The chief is bonded, I could go at the recommendation of our insurance company. They could go on their own if they choose, but it's not best practice.
Trudy, what has been done in the past years? I mean, we've had this open house stuff for years. Well, what's the difference? I mean,
2 years ago, we had many issues. Many issues with,
Not with the firefighters. Let's make that perfectly clear. It wasn't getting over here.
yes.
was it getting?
I
over
had
the
3
funds
companies
weren't
call
coming?
me and said their check never cleared.
Okay.
I had $100 bill brought to me 4 months after the event happened. It's just not good practice to,
Did this happen only one time, or is it something happen just about every year?
I don't know, it only came forward one time since I've been here.
But we did put safeguards in place after that.
What are they?
Our former supervisor required that 2 people go together, and you required a receipt book.
I did
for-
not, I have not installed that yet, that's one thing that's coming. The only thing we had in our policy before was that deposits need to be made from the departments to the treasurer within 24 hours.
Correct.
And it was 4 months later that these issues were brought to my attention from the public, which is very embarrassing, first of all, for me to say, as a treasurer, to be receiving those calls. And then saying, I talked to my boss and he's not willing to send another check this year and support you. So, it's not best practice. In my opinion, there's no reason why a business can't just drop a check in an envelope and mail it. If they really want to support us, they will. And if they want to bring cash, they can bring it to the office. It's to help protect the employees also, so that someone
That's
doesn't
This is
inappropriately
discussions that we can
accuse
have
them.
when you bring the policy. We're
Right.
just trying to make this work for now, so.
Yeah.
I will say that
Answer
if
Peggy's question.
if we missed, $100 bill or a check or something, I wouldn't file an insurance claim because our deductible's too high, it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, it's $1,000, so it wouldn't.
How would this prevent people from sending it late if we don't have to have someone there to collect it that's bonded?
It wouldn't prevent them from sending it later, not at all.
It gives them an opportunity to send it so that they wouldn't have to be bonded, but so far right now, we don't have that policy in place. We kind of have an agreement, and the fire chiefs and I have talked about it. But for the future, someone either needs to be bonded, or we need to have some policies and expectations and guidelines for our employees if they are soliciting donations.
It sounds like the self-addressed envelope would do that.
What if
So I
someone
don't
wants to
understand
donate,
why.
what if someone wants to donate cash out there and says, hey, I got $100 bill I wanna give you?
Just say we pay cash, or maybe there's a Venmo or Cash App thing that we could set up for the fire department. I just,
If you do Venmo, you have to have a special clearinghouse. You can't just do it as a government entity. Carissa or something, Calissa or something was one of them that was recommended.
I know a lot of people like to give cash,
So they can
So
go by the
give it
township
in
and drop it
person.
off. We're,
I mean, I do
Most
think
everyone.
we're gonna hinder a lot of donations, cause if we have firefighters going door to door in a uniform, it's more impactful than having them come to the office and ask for the treasurer to hand her a check or, I mean, but
well, the firefighters
Everything
will
comes
still
with a
go,
risk.
from my understanding, they mail a letter first, and then they do a follow-up visit, take the same letter with them. I want them in the public, I want the businesses involved. This is an awesome event, it's been really great the last few years. The purpose of it is to educate families and children, fire safety. But it's not best practice, even as suggested by our insurance agent. I will talk with the auditors, but they don't come until the week of October 6th, and the fire open house is October 7th.
I also wonder, I don't know, the policy number, cause the whole thing isn't here, but if this is one that they even abide by, or is it one that's excluded from the fire department?
Oh, I don't know if it's on that list, but all she's asking for us is to correct the language so we can continue on for this year.
Yes,
We can have these discussions during a work
Yes.
session when she brings these policies back.
Or we could suspend the cash handling policy for the duration of collection and then revamp the whole policy in October.
Well, we can do that when
then,
it comes to
then no one follows it, or just for the firefighters?
Suspend it for the firefighters.
Oh,
through
that's
this
not- that's
collection.
not
This
good,
says,
because
this
there's
says that
4
they
more.
don't have to be bonded, so this would fix the problem temporarily.
Right, but then someone's gotta go type up a 5-page policy and put it in our book for 3 weeks.
Well, it should be in our book, we're just changing one sentence. Probably won't even, one page probably won't even go to a second page.
I second your motion.
Alright,
But the motion said, the way Joan read it, said the last sentence, it's the next to the last sentence, actually.
Next to the last sentence, yeah.
And this only pertains to off-site collections. It doesn't pertain if it's, at the fire department or here, or, I don't know, if we have an event and we're selling cotton candy or something like that, there's
Okay.
on-site
Do you
policy
have
for that.
information?
Can we have like a limit, like a under $100 kind of thing? I feel like that would be reasonable.
alright, Deputy Chief Glutzbaugh has a comment.
Is this not the policy that you gave us? Is this not the actual policy?
We're
When
only
we
looking
met?
at the off-site collection.
Right.
Which is like the 3rd page, I believe.
When we met with you, you gave us this policy, cash handling.
Yeah.
And on the part about off-site, it says the treasurer, deputy treasurer, or the treasurer's designee will be on site at all cash collection sites during event times.
It doesn't say who will be bonded?
Doesn't say anything about
Okay,
bonding.
so I printed you a previous one. The board, after this, amended it, so it says who will be bonded. So I'm sorry, I printed you the wrong one.
Okay, that's why I was confused. I'm like, you're trying to, so
Yeah,
this is what you wanted to say.
I
That's what
disagree.
she's trying to make it to.
yeah, that one I gave you was previous.
say, right there.
But I don't wanna take off, will be bonded for other events not fire related. Because someone needs to be bonded at the festival. There's way too much
But
money
we
and
don't
it's
have a
mostly
festival.
cash. But we could, we have in the past, or any other type of situation we might have.
I just hate making a change to a policy that isn't in front of us, like,
This
It-
is the part that's.
well, this is a section, but there's no reference to what the letters that you're stating or not. I do see off-site collection points, but like the
Oh.
letters and numbers aren't on here at all.
Yeah, for,
I got comment.
well, there's 5 pages, I do wanna make 5 and hand them to everybody, because I'm gonna do it again in another meeting and make copies of it again.
Could I say something?
Sure.
Okay, so wouldn't the firefighters that are going out into the community, couldn't they be considered treasurer designee?
Yes, but our policy says who will be bonded, that's what I'm trying to change right now. I didn't want that in here, I got outvoted by the board, the previous board. Because it's hard to find someone, first of all. Before, in the past, from my understanding, it was ladies in the office, the deputy clerk or the building administrator, but
Do you still second it?
they don't do that anymore, they've done it for years and years and none of them.
All right, we have a motion in a second. Let's just vote.
What, how about we talk about what we're gonna vote on, because now we're like sideways. Are we voting on?
Oh, that motion.
Your motion, to change it to say
Just the word bonded, basically, right?
who will be bonded except
see
for the firefighters for the fall collection. Alright, so
Roll.
roll call.
Benj,
Yes.
Cory,
Yes.
yes.
No.
Yes,
No,
We still have 4. Motion passes 4-2. Alright, next up, Chief McGinnity.
Good evening. First up, just for the record, we have the August run reports that are in there for you. And then the first item, the next item we have on there is gonna be, for the replacement of our breathing air compressor. Back during budget meetings, we talked about, this expenditure having to happen, hopefully within this coming year. The current breathing compressor we have is about a little over 10 years old right now, and it's served us well. That business has since gone out of business, that company has since gone out of business. So parts are kind of getting harder and harder to find. We talked about if we have a breakdown, the possibilities of getting it fixed versus the downtime, or outweighing the downtime, and then also the cost that we would incur with it. We agreed to set aside $75,000 into that capital expenditure line item, but right now, the company that's gone out of business is offering just a $3,200 credit towards the purchase of a new unit. So this is an opportunity for us to get an additional $3,200 towards that, but that offer expires, I believe it's the 18th of this month. So with that said, I tasked our equipment and apparatus committee to start looking into different units that we may consider replacing this one with. And they went back and got several bids, as you can see, a couple different manufacturers. Not necessarily impressed with the Bauer units at all, or the customer service level that they presented, just trying to get the bids. So of those 2 Mako quotes that are in front of you, there is one that is a little bit about $5,000 more. That is an auto cascading machine. After talking with the salesman on that, they rarely sell those. Matter of fact, he said he thinks he's only ever sold one, and wouldn't recommend spending the extra $5,000 towards that purchase. So out of those 2 quotes, my recommendation is to approve the purchase of the Mako BAMO 6H with the 4-bank cascade fill station in the amount of $56,888.89. Again, that'll come out of that capital line item that has $75,000 allocated for it.
and this is the 3,200 off or no?
Yes, that includes the $3,200 off if you look at the bottom of the
Oh,
quote.
I see it, thank you.
Now, with that said, we get to keep our unit, and we can sell that or do what we want to do with it, so we have potential to gain maybe a little bit more money off of this purchase as well. The only thing with our current bottles, our fill bottles, we would reuse those, so that'll save us about $9,000 to $10,000, but they will have to go out and be tested which is all a part of the quote, to be recertified and then reinstalled. So when we sell our unit, it won't come with bottles, but, so we'll have to take that into consideration with a selling price, but. So it'll come in roughly about $18,000 under projected budget. And again, that was going off of their figures from last year with all the tariffs and all that going into place, so.
I make a motion to approve the BAM06H Mako breathing air module for $56,888.89.
I'll second. Go ahead, Peggy.
You're the second. Peggy? you
Yes.
said?
I'm second it, yeah.
All right, we'll roll call vote.
I'll let you go first.
Yes.
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 Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Benj?
Yes.
And then next up, we're getting near the completion of our new 620 mini pumper. I don't have an exact date of when that's going to be here, but we originally had $30,245 set aside in a contingency fund to purchase a set of battery extrication tools to go with that truck. We've encountered some challenges and some hurdles with some equipment fitting in some of the spaces that were set up for this, so we had to utilize some of that contingency fund totaling $8,415, which leaves $21,830 left in that contingency fund for the fire truck. Due to the truck not being 100% complete yet, I don't want to completely drain that fund out, so we have a little bit of a buffer if some emergency expense were to come up. So, again, I went back to the committee for the apparatus and equipment and asked them to get some quotes. They were able to actually schedule a demo with TNT. They come out and we were able to cut a car up over at Randy's and test out the equipment. And then I waited for their recommendation back to me. The recommendation that you have from me is the same that I received from them, and that is to purchase the demo set of the TNT tools in the amount of $27,971. The first part of that expenditure will come out of the remaining $18,111 of the capital equipment line item that we saved on the compressor. And then the remaining will come out of the fire truck fund, leaving about a $9,800 buffer, which we don't intend to spend that either. We plan on getting that back, but again, the truck isn't complete yet, so that's the reason for leaving that buffer in there.
In your packet, I included some pictures. I was able to go when they cut up the car and watch them use the tools and hear the presentation. It was pretty impressive what the tools can do to see them. I think they mainly used the cutter and the spreader, and it was really neat. And I liked that they considered new and used ones and saved quite a bit of money by going with the demo options.
Yeah, there's about a $6,000 difference between these tools brand new or the demo units. The demo units are just that, what get brought out for departments to try out. They don't have a lot of time or hours on. All the manufacturers will sell the demo units, so, but they're kind of on a first come first served basis. So this quote currently is holding those specific tools that we utilized for hopefully approval. If that's the case, then I'll notify them and they'll get them processed back down to our area. They're going to do a full maintenance schedule on them before they hand them over to us. And it comes with they said that they would come out and do a free training as well with the tools. So that's included.
So this would make the fourth set of extrication tools that you guys have.
This would make the second battery set, the third total set. We still have one hydraulic set.
Yeah, so you have two battery, one hydraulic. This would make the fourth set if we bought this.
No, this would make the third. This would be the second battery set we have. We only currently have one battery set now.
Oh, you told me when we were doing the budget that we had two batteries and one hydraulic set.
We wanted to get the second set with the purchase of the new truck.
Okay. So for sure you said you had 3. That's why we didn't wanna pull that out.
If I did this, my error, I apologize, but, we only have
Was
2
it
currently.
not bid with the truck to go in there?
It was good.
It's not a part of the bid for the truck, but it's what that contingency fund was hopefully set aside for. That's what our
It was
plan was to
something
do
to do
with
with
that. And they've done an excellent job of maintaining those funds as long as we have, with the exception of having to make those changes to accommodate the equipment that we have. The reason for the purchase being in front of us right now, again, is we're nearing the completion. So these tools have to be, as part of our contract, mounted in the truck. So we need to know what tools we're going with so they can get them mounted in the truck for delivery.
I'll make a motion to approve the TNT extrication demo tools in the amount of $27,971.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We will roll call vote.
Cory?
Yes.
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 Benj?
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Benj, we cut you.
There's
Yeah, Benj was it. We're used to that.
Keep
Thank
forgetting
you.
he's
I think
here.
that's all I have.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Could I just say one thing, please?
Yeah.
The issues in the past were not with firefighters, with the fundraiser, but there have been things that aren't best practice that I've encountered. And I've always said, I try not to point the blame and throw people under the bus. I wanna fix it so it doesn't happen again and move forward. And I'm sorry if it wasn't clear. That was my attempt to try to prevent the things that have already happened in the past. Not targeting any of my comments to any firefighter. The issue was not with any firefighters.
No, and after our conversations, we put safeguards in place as well with a 3-part receipt book. So when they
Yeah.
go out, if they have a check, they get a pre-addressed stamped envelope. One part of that receipt goes in there, that's sent to you. The other part of the receipt stays with the individual, and then the third part stays in the book that we bring back. So we have that safeguard in place.
And then when it comes to us, from them, if they collect one out there, we'd rather that it gets mailed. We have a receipt book that we would give you a copy that it made it to our office
Yep.
too, and then you can reconcile it that way. So those are the types of things that I'll bring to the October 20th meeting, but I just wanted to make it clear, there weren't issues with the firefighters. There were just other things that weren't reported right and checks that were misplaced, and it's my attempt so those things don't happen again, and move forward.
Teamwork.
Thank you.
All right, and then the next item is for CNC Electric. There's an invoice in front of you. This was the result of a storm. I believe it was on 8/25. Does that sound right, Dan?
Good answer.
I have it on a different copy, the date. Lightning struck and they did some troubleshooting and fixed it, so we need to pay the invoice, but it is over the limit. So Chris sent it back for board approval. Also, Herb had asked me to submit an insurance claim. I'm not sure how they will react, but if the board has a consensus that you'd like me to try for an insurance claim,
Yes.
Yes.
okay,
You can always
Yes.
try, but they'll probably cry act of God.
Of course, they
Yeah.
always do,
So-
but we can try.
So I make a motion that we pay CNC Electric $13,533 for repairs to the pump and the VFD
I second that.
at Washington Lift Station.
all right, we have a motion and a second, and we will roll call vote.
Peggy? Yes.
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 Yes?
Yes.
Benj?
yes.
All right, motion carries, and now just looking for a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
You should go get some rest.
I second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Good to hear from you, Benj.
Be safe.
All right.
You too.
Meeting adjourned
Have a
at
wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
8:44.